Good morning and welcome to Naturally Kim's Knitting. This is episode 24. Wow, I'm almost a quarter of the way through 100. And today is July 27th, 2016. I want to welcome everybody who is seeing this today, whether you are brand new to my podcast and just happen to come across it, or whether you've been watching it since the beginning. I love you all and welcome. Um, I've been doing things a little bit differently since I've been back from California. I've decided to make entries throughout the week into my blogger account, and I welcome each one of you to please go check that out if you'd like to see what all I've been watching, seeing, reading, whatever. It's just a fun little way of keeping everybody up to date. Now, there's not necessarily going to be a lot of things that I discuss in the show on there. It's just life musings, I guess. Sorry, my hand is really itching today, which my mom always said if you scratch it and put it in your pocket, that means you'll get some money. But I don't know about that. Anyways, oh, if whether you're brand new or whether you've been with me from the beginning, please go to my Ravelry page at Naturally Kim's Knitting and sign in for it. Once I get 10 people that have signed in, I will be having a drawing for this lovely, lovely yarn. There's more than enough here for a pair of socks, and it's so pretty. So I can't wait to get 10 people signed in so that I can do this. Um, some other things that have been going on. Let's see. Well, I do have a finished object this week, but once again, I put it aside, and I believe my husband put it up there with the boxes of things to be shipped off. It was another chemo cap, and I do need to get a picture of it because I'm looking around just in case he didn't. Um, because I need to put it onto my Geeky Girls Knit charity site. But that's the only thing I have been able to finish this week. I've been working like crazy on other things, but I haven't finished anything else yet. Let's see. Things that I have on my needle. A couple of things I'm not going to show you because I haven't had time to work on them this week. So I haven't made any progress. Like the milkweed sweater. That's for myself. So like I said, I'll just work on that as I go along. And then my 10-stitch blanket. Once again, it's just a filler. So if I have time, I work on it. Otherwise, I don't worry about it. The socks, there and again. Like I told you last week, I'm not enjoying them. And so that's something I just put aside and I'd much rather forget about. But I also know that if I would work on them, I'd get them finished faster. But I just haven't been able to do them. So hopefully I will be before long. So this is going to be a short little podcast because those are things that I should be working on, but I haven't been. Now, I do have, when I finished my other cap, I started a new one. And it's out of the same colorway as the one I finished, the Manzanita by Knit Picks Chroma Worsted Colorway, Manzanita. Now, this is all the different colors that are in it. Isn't that pretty? And this is just the very tip top of the hat. So I have been working on that. I love these things. And when I think about how some child's going to be blessed by them, yay. Then I've been working on a T-top for a t-shirt type top, but only out of yarn for my grandson because I made a top for my granddaughter, if you remember. And I wanted to make him one too. Oh, you can kind of see the rocket on there. I just designed a little rocket to go on there so that the name of this yarn is Rocket. And there's the little moon, but I don't know that you can see it real well. But that's okay. I like the rocket. It's a little bit off center, but that's okay. Like I said, this is for my grandson. I've almost got it finished. I think I'm getting ready to go to the ribbing next. This is made out of Knit Picks Cotton Rocket colorway. That's why I decided to do a rocket, because it's rocket colorway. And I wish I'd have picked a brighter color for him. That'll be the next top I make him. I love this. It's turning out so nice. I wasn't sure if you could see the rocket on there. I'm tickled pink that we can. Then I think I mentioned last week how I was doing a super, super secret project for somebody. And I am actually on it. I think I can tell you it's a pair of socks, but I can't tell you anything else other than this is what I'm doing it out of. This was a sock blank from Gale's Arts, and what I love, I can't even show you the other one yet, but what I love is it almost starts out as an aqua. The first sock did. The bad thing is the colors don't repeat. For me, it's not a big deal because I don't care if my socks necessarily have the same color. So these may end up being for me. I was going to make them for charity, but I think they may end up being for me only because I don't know if other people will understand my quirkishness. So, but I do love it. I love the fact that I can take this big piece of cloth, knit it up, and it turns into a totally different design than what's on the yarn. It just always thrills me. Now, this is not something that is on my needles yet, but it will be. I've talked about a sweater for my husband, and I've talked and I've talked and I've talked and I've talked. Well, I got the yarn last week, and the dye, and this is the color of the yarn. I've decided to call this Randy Green, that or Hubby Green, because this is what I dyed up for his sweater. I love the different shades of green, and since green is his favorite color, and he's approved of this, I can't wait. I've done one, I have to actually make sure I have enough of the yarn. Excuse me, sorry. I have one that I rolled into a ball. Oh, I know where I put it. I have one that I rolled into a ball, and I have to knit up, start knitting to see how far it'll go to make sure I have dyed enough yarn. And if I haven't, I did write down notes, so I do know how to make more if I need to. And I have plenty of yarn. And after this, I may actually, if anything extra I have, I'll probably sell it Etsy to anybody who might want it. Or I might make it a cowl out of it or something. But I love that. I'm going to be starting on that today. Yay. So happy. Otherwise, I think that's everything that's on my needles, believe it or not. Well, that I have to show. Finished objects, I already talked about the chemo cap and my yarn. I'm so tickled. If you like my yarn, put a note on for me on my Ravelry page. I would love to hear what you think about that. This is going to be a very, very short little podcast this week because I'm going to go on to the things that are making me happy. As always, to top my list, my grandchildren and my California kids and my Indiana kid. But my granddaughter, she just Skyped me again last night. And I just absolutely love the fact that she wants to Skype with Grandma. And I love the fact that my little 6-month-old grandson hears my voice, and he was trying to bounce in his mom's arms, because that was Grandma's and his thing to do together was bounce. So I was so tickled last night when he started doing that. Now, to go along with my grandchildren, I started Whole30 a while back, and then when I went to California, I kind of modified it a little bit, but I was still watching what I was eating, and I was discovering what was it that made me feel bloated. Believe it or not, sugar that you add to things was what was making me feel bloated. So I've been trying to avoid added sugar wherever I can, and besides which, my doctor did tell me I'm pre-diabetic, so I do need to watch my sugar intake and everything. Well, between that and I have a Fitbit watch that my son-in-law gave me, bless his heart. I have been exercising. I have been doing over 10,000 steps every day since I've been back. And since I started the Whole30, I have lost 18 pounds. Now, in 8 more pounds, I am going to be less than I have weighed for at least 15 years. I mean, talk about excited. So I want to keep with this, and I need encouragement. So Anybody who can encourage me with my weight loss, I would love to hear it. I'm going to put something on the show notes and Ravelry, and maybe open a little link. And anybody who wants to give encouragement to anybody who's losing weight, go for it, because man, I tell you, you need it. Yet yesterday I was so tired, and I think it's just a matter of my body's thinking that I'm neglecting it by not feeding it enough. That's the way my mind works, you know. And I had to struggle, but I did do my 10,000 steps. But it was a struggle. So, you know, there are ways to do it, even without, I live on a country road that we have semis going up and down it all the time. So walking outside or riding a bike on that road is not feasible. I don't have a car throughout the day, so driving someplace to walk, not feasible. I can't drive someplace to get other exercise. But with my Pilates ball, which you usually can see behind me, but since I've been using it every day, it's directly behind me. There, you can see a little bit of it. Anyways, with my Pilates ball, I've been able to easily get 10,000 steps in. So, you know, I praise my son-in-law for giving me his old Fitbit. Losing 18 pounds makes me happy. My grandchildren, and finally, my garden. It is so beautiful. If I can get the pictures to transfer right, my phone's acting up, I might put a picture or two of my garden in here, because oh my goodness, I'm having the most beautiful garden this year, and I'm just loving it. Now, I'd like to share a little bit about some of the things that I've been reading, watching, listening to, without giving away. I'm not going to give away plot lines. I just like to share what it is I've been doing. One of my favorite shows to do my Pilates ball to is Duchess of Duke Street. If you've never seen it, it is so fun. I love the characters in it. It's set in Great Britain. It's set during the reign of King Edward. Um, it's just a fun show to watch. So I usually do my exercise ball while I'm watching that, and sometimes during Primeval, which I'm actually on season 3 of Primeval right now. Just love that show too. Now, I have praised Twitch, the channel Twitch, which is a game show, a gaming television channel, that they host Geek and Sundry. And on Geek and Sundry is the show Critical Role, which is a bunch of voice actors who take on roles in a Dungeons and Dragons game, and it's been going on for over a year now. And it's just so fun to watch and to hear the imagination of these players and to watch their adventure. And it's all just storytelling. I mean, there's nothing to actually watch. It's just storytelling. So what's fun is I could be doing something else and have that on in the background, and I can listen to the story and keep up on it. And it's great. And then my daughter, with her Beyond the Schoolyard blog spot, I've been reading that too. And last week she did buildings. They did different type of buildings, and I think, was that last week? I think it was. I'm getting my weeks mixed up, because this week I know it's patterns. Anyways, she does a different theme each week. She gets library books. She comes up with activities. I'm sorry, my focus seems to be going in and out. I'm sorry. But she comes up with different activities every week that my granddaughter and her do. They read stories together. It's just really fun, and my granddaughter is really... she's benefiting from it all the way around. Even though last week the little sweetie heart had a fever, and then yesterday when I talked with them, my grandson has the fever. So, I feel for them. Feel better, my loves. A couple books that I've been reading. One of them, which I started reading, I got through the first chapter, fell in love with this book, and lost it. I'm a member of Paperback Swap. And I had a few books that went out last week, and I kept thinking, and my husband mails them. And I don't know if he really pays that close attention or not sometimes to what he's mailing. And I was so afraid that I put it out there to be mailed. Well, instead, I just found it today when I went to clean under my bed when I was cleaning things. And there's a crack between the headboard and the bed, and it fell down. So this is the book. It's Change of Heart. It's by Courtney Walsh. It's really cute. Let me read the synopsis on the back, and you guys can see if you like it or not. Evelyn Brandt's carefully constructed life implodes when the FBI crashes her society lunch with news that her husband, a Colorado senator, has been arrested for embezzlement. It soon becomes clear he's far from repentant, and this was only the start of many indiscretions. The back goes on, but I'll read that much to you. It is really good. Sometimes I'm not sure what I'm asking for when I get books. I got this one from the Book Club Network. I'm a part of a group they have where you can request books once a month and read them and review them. I was so afraid I was going to have to tell them I lost a book. I don't have to, though. So I'm so happy about that. Then a nonfiction book I've been reading. It really struck me. Silent Takeover, How the Body Hijacks the Mind. Overcoming Emotional, Mental, and Addictive Disorders by Jacqueline Shepard. Very, very good. In fact, on the back, I'll just read a little bit of the back. I did review this. It is on my Reading, Writing, and So Much More blogger account. So if you want a full review, you can go there. Do you feel like depression, anxiety, or addiction has hijacked your life? Mental and emotional disorders impact every part of our society and disrupt life for even the most spiritually devout, intelligent, and respected people. Unfortunately, many who suffer from these devastating disorders seek healing through costly and sometimes harmful counseling and medications, measures which may bring temporary relief but do not necessarily correct the underlying problem. I have depression. I've always said I have like an addictive gene in my body, which is part of the reason for my weight, part of the reason I've been a nail biter on and off throughout my life. I've always said I can't drink alcohol, I can't smoke because I know I'd become addicted to those very easily. I know I would. My father was a smoker throughout his life, even though he tried many times to stop. Really good book. And it's not a preachy type of book, you know, whereby it says, you have to do this to get over this. No. It helps you to understand a little bit more about what you might be going through. So if you know of anybody who has any of those emotional, mental, or addictive disorders, or if you have it yourself, I highly recommend looking for this book. And there is a link to both Change of Heart and Silent Takeover on my show notes. Just click on those, and it'll take you right to Amazon where you can order them. And I'm not going to say, I wanted to say I believe there's a Kindle edition for both, but I'm not for sure. So anyways, that's my week. Oh, there was one other thing I really wanted to praise. I'm glad I put this out here. I don't know if anybody's ever heard about Graze, Graze. Oops, sorry. Graze.com. I sometimes worry about getting food items through the mail because well, for one thing, my husband is a meat manager over a chain of stores, and so there's no way I could get meat through the mail, not without going through divorce court. He is the person who supplies our house or supports our house in every way. But I do have an issue sometimes with snacks because I go overboard sometimes. This is wonderful. I get an 8 snack pack every week. 8 little snacks. And the containers are maybe about that big, you know, that deep. Just enough to help you. You know, sometimes around 3 o'clock, I just got to eat something. And it's perfect. I put it in with my Fitbit numbers, and I still end up good numbers for the rest of the day. I recommend Graze.com. I didn't put it on things that are making me happy, but look them up because they are great. I don't know if there's a referral place or not. if you want to put my name in, if you're interested, just put Kimberly Napier. I don't think I get anything. I think you do, but I don't think I do. Because the first box of 4 snacks they send you for free. And then after that, you can order your regular delivery of whatever. And you go through, and they have a checklist where you can put down trash something, try it, love it, whatever. And that way it helps them decide what your next snack boxes are going to be. And I mean, oh my goodness, they have probably 200 different snacks in there. Wonderful, wonderful thing. Okay, where can you find me? You can tell I'm getting to the end. I'm going to go over this. You can find me on Ravelry as Napier's Knits and as Naturally Kim's Knitting. Naturally Kim's Knitting is the show page. Napier's Knits is where you can find my designs. It's my own personal page. Twitter at KSNapier475. Sorry, I'm bouncing my legs. Instagram, knittin_Kim. YouTube, Blogger, Facebook, WordPress, Naturally Kim's Knitting. And then my Gmail account is naturallykimsknitting@gmail.com. I look forward to hearing from you guys, seeing more, finding out what you think about my yarn, dieting, support, all of this. I look forward to all this. I love you guys. Hugs. I hope that you guys all have a great and successful week of knitting without any frogs or slip stitches. Bye-bye.